Hello everyone, welcome back to Suncorp Stadium here in Brisbane. Sunday football here on Channel 9. The Gold Coast Titans up against the St George Illawarra Dragons. We've just had the best 30 minutes of entertainment from 830 children from the Gold Coast area, and that's what having the Titans in the competition is all about. Our fastest growing and youngest community now has a rugby league team to aspire to. The Gold Coast have brought their game to the Brisbane for the first one, so no one would miss out. It's absolutely sensational here. And remember, this is a game of football. Emotion won't win it. They've all got to concentrate down the back end of the game, and I think this one will go right down to the wire. The Gold Coast Titans up against a team with the big red V, the St George Illawarra Dragons. John Cartwright, the Gold Coast coach, will be very nervous. He's got this team prepared, but they've got to be prepared for the long haul as well. This is the first day in a long journey in this club's history. Sit back now, enjoying the action. We'll go to your call of the day, the best in the business, Ray Warren.
Thank you, Phil. And certainly a momentous occasion for not only the people of the Gold Coast, but for rugby league generally, as the St George Illawarra Dragons, who came together in 1999, take to the field to do battle against one of their brothers, really, Luke Bailey. He's been a member of the St George Dragons since the year 2000, and he goes into battle today against all of his mates. It's the only club he ever knew. Bailey, he will lead the Titans in an historic moment in a moment. Out onto the park, the number 8, that's him, Bull Bailey. We're live into New South Wales today. Welcome to our telecast down there. The weather in Brisbane is hot, in a word, very, very hot. They're going to take a drinks break during both halves. And there they are, the Titans with dual captains. And Luke Bailey, of course, one of them, Scott Prince the other. Scott had the honour of leading them out this afternoon. They will run from left to right. You can see the merchandise people of the Titans they've had a bonanza on their hands. The strip, Jetstar, of course, their feature sponsor. And Preston Campbell has not started a game at fullback since 2002. The little fellow will be undoubtedly bombarded from the boot of Ben Hornby in particular. He played 14 games for the Gold Coast in 1998, Preston Campbell, and he played in the last game that was played by the Chargers in 1998. It was a 2018 loss that day to Cronulla at Carrara. So the Titans for the coast and for the fans. We stand by for the national anthem. 7 youngsters from the coast. Brenton Bell and 2 of his sisters.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice. Oh, we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea, our land abounds in nature's gifts.
Of beauty rich and rare,
In history's page and every stage of us, Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing of us, Australia fair.
Yeah, brilliant. A cappella, I think, is the word for it. I mentioned Courtney Bell, Savannah Bell, and Brenton, the Titan hero that plays that role today in the pre-match entertainment. Chris King was there, Taylor Robb was there, Casey Blundell and Jessica Purdy.
You are a wealth of knowledge, a cappella.
Well, I'm not sure, but somebody
yes.
said
No,
that
you
is what a
knew.
cappella is all about,
That's
Peter.
exactly what it was, and you knew so.
I thought it was a collarbone or maybe a kneecap or something. Shane Hayne is the referee for, as I said, an historic game. 1998. They bowed out, and then Michael Searle and Paul Broughton and some members of the business community, they joined forces. And here it is, just 8 years later, they are back as the 16th team in the National Rugby League. Here's the kickoff. Dragons running right, left, and it's Preston Campbell who gets the first touch for the Titans, and then a crunching tackle from Ben Cray and Beau Scott on the number 10 from the Titans. It was Kayla, the former Raider. So many big names out there to talk about today. Rogers is there. There's Bailey with his first run, and he ran into Jason Riles, incidentally. The Titans starting favourite in the game on their own 30-metre line. And cutting back and away off his right foot is Anthony LaFranchi, the former West Tiger. And then it goes away to the boot of Matt Hilda, the former Shark. And he puts it down the ground to Wes Nagama. Nagama comes away. Got rid of Scott Prince, was taken by Matt Hilda. And the 13, Luke Swain, the former Panther. The team, of course, assembled from all parts of the National Rugby League. Down the short side comes St George Illawarra with Ashton Sims. Playing it back to Simon Wolford himself, a newcomer to the team. The St George Illawarra team, that is. Now one of their captains, Jason Riles, again for Wolford. And Wolford passing without having to look. He knew that one of the debutants, Dan Hunt, would be there. He plays the ball 40 metres away from the Titans line. And here goes Hornby with the first of the bombs for Preston. And it's come down, and away goes Campbell. He didn't get a shot at it, but he finished up with the dregs and ran it back towards 30. And the Titans get the first penalty. Crowd of in excess of 40,000 here.
Yeah, the high kick was a good one. Chase wasn't too bad from Josh Morris. But then in the tackle on Preston Campbell by Beau Scott, the referee ruling too long. So the Gold Coast Titans will work it out 45 out from their own line. We come 20 metres infield again, and Bailey up against his former teammates takes it into the other half.
Runs into Beau Scott on the halfway line with Ben Cray. Ball swept away from Amos, who is the number 9 for the Titans, and played there by Kayla. It's gone to Prince, and Prince turning it back on the inside to LaFranchi. LaFranchi back and away it goes from Amos, and back to Prince. And Scott Prince, who enjoyed that premiership victory down at Campbelltown and Leichhardt in 2005. Ball going to ground. Came off the fingertips of Jake Webster. An advantage rule applies with the Dragons now and Matt Cooper, a man that is going to certainly give them some headaches down the Titans' right side defence. Here's Riles. The Dragons losing 8 regular first graders in the off-season for a variance of reasons. In fact, 10 of their players from the preliminary final loss at the end of last year are not there today. So they too are really very much a new team. Played by Ben Cray, going through from Hornby, landing with Richie Williams, and the youngster from Narooma. He plays the ball on the 40-metre line. Cooper was the tackler. Ball goes back for Hornby, and again he puts in a high kick. Hayne, the referee, gets out of the road. Campbell is being contested in mid-air. He's ruled double knock on.
First one off Wes Nagama, who came zeroing in from the right wing. And as you pointed out before the game, they're quite happy to put the high ball up to the small man at the back, Preston Campbell. Nagama again coming in, this time on Gavin Cooper.
Cooper with double pigtails, so he's not hard to find. I've got to tell you, many of these players I haven't seen before, so very much ad-libbing my way through the early part of the game. But then again, I suppose most people that watch rugby league are doing the same. And this is Bailey in this unfamiliar jumper. The Jetstar Titans jumper, unveiled officially for the first time today. $5 million in sponsorship this year. It's a healthy outlook that they have got as Prince puts the kick in, rolling down and crossing the line 15 metres away from the Milton Street goal line. Away to my right. And this was the kick from Prince.
And it's the nice control start that the Titans would have been looking for. Haven't been busted up by the opposition early. They haven't conceded points. One mistake down the right-hand side with Jake Webster losing the football. But so far they've worked their way into the game, and that would have been all important. Now if they look up after 10 or 15 minutes that they've set up a platform for themselves.
Cooper, the second row, standing out in defence at 5/8 on the left. And the number 4, Jake Webster, packing into the second row. And of course, Andrew Johns, the injury update for you at halftime. Taken by a high shot from Sonny Bill Williams in the match against Canterbury earlier today. We'll have a look at the incident at halftime. And some more news, hopefully, on Andrew available at that time. This is Dan Hunt. He's the number 8. 4 of them on debut today. Is Ben Cray taken up top by Luke Bailey. He didn't have to roll him onto his back. He was already going down in a backward motion. Riles charges ahead. Good run by Jason. Very much the pack leader these days. It used to be Bailey and Riles. Now it's Jason who's got the major responsibility. The Dragons number 3, Lulia. Tackled over there. The Gama spins it away. Richie Williams puts a kick on it. And it goes down and bounces towards the sideline. But Preston Campbell, he gets a clean catch on this ball. He comes away outside the 10. 11 away from the Titans line. They're defending the Caxton Street end of the ground. And a penalty goes to the Titans against the Dragons inside the 10. The ball carrier was Paya, a former Rooster. Scott Prince kicking the ball onto the sunny side, onto the eastern side. It's a good kick.
It's an excellent kick. Premiership winning halfback Scott Prince. He's a leader out there, and he wanted to play an up-tempo game. When he got that football, picked up good metres and got his side going forward, physically and mentally.
Bailey back for Cooper. Short side play by the Titans. Coached by former Panther, state player, John Cartwright, in their first year. And of course, this fellow Bailey I talk about is very much like the Glenn Lazarus, isn't he? When Melbourne started out, here's a chance for the Titans. This is the first try coming up. They're over the line. Putting the ball down is Chrissy Walker, the journeyman of rugby league. Chris Walker from Melbourne to the Titans. And they're going upstairs to take a look at it, but there is confidence in an abundance out there.
Well, they want to look at an obstruction here, and I hope they don't take the try off them because it was a beautiful ball by Preston Campbell. There's a decoy run. There's no interference there. And this ball from Preston Campbell is the money ball. This will be a try. There's been no interruption to the passage there. And Chris Walker, a prolific try scorer wherever he goes in rugby league, does a great job, had plenty to do, and with good strength. Sterlo, the Gold Coast are on the board.
They are indeed, and the fans love that. As it was a nicely worked play, he got a good bounce, Chris Walker, but he's a finisher. If you can keep him playing consistent football, he's going to score double-figure tries for you throughout the course of a season. He's got great speed. He likes to come infield looking for the football, so he just doesn't wait for it to be put on a platter for him. He has this added responsibility this afternoon of taking over the goal kicking. We all thought that off-season Preston Campbell or even Matt Rogers might be the number 1 kicker, but he's hit them that well off-season that he'll be looking to convert what we believe will be the opening try in this game, and is.
There it is. It's official. The first Gold Coast try. The first try of the rebirth. And the bunting goes up. The flags go up.
Preston Campbell was the first player signed for the Gold Coast. And John Cartwright said, when we first get into the league, I want to have tries in us. We'll concentrate on defence, but I want fellas that can read the play and play what they see. Preston Campbell is one of those players. Beautiful pass on the outside there, cutting out 2 mates to get to the open winger, who finished it off for him. And the Gold Coast are on the board. He's not a bad goal kicker either, Chris Walker. He can hit them sweetly on his day.
Got hit hard as he was scoring. Morris put a good shot on him front on. Ben Hornby did his best, but his momentum never wavered.
Good bloke, this bloke. Like, you really wish him the best because he is a good bloke.
Walker with the shot.
Pop it over, son.
21 out on the western sideline. Kicks it. He's got it. It's 6-0 Gold Coast. So Nagama brings it back for the restart. And back for the kickoff. Just reminding you that we're going live into New South Wales today. And Luke Bailey with the carry. 15 metres away from the Titans line. The Titans with the first try, scored by Chris Walker and converted by the same player. Amos across the back of the ruck, giving it back to a player peeling off the blind side to go open side. It was Hilda. 25 out from the line. Amos again. And LaFranchi is hit hard. 32 metres out from their own line now. That's Kayla. He's taken a buffeting in the early exchanges. Andrew on the sidelines.
Well, Ray, Chris Walker's actually now got the trifecta in the history books for the Titans as now they head out to the left. Back to you, Rags.
Yes, they've gone out to Matty Rogers and the pass goes to ground on the far side off Paya. And back to you, Andrew, to finish that comment on Chrissy Walker.
Yeah, well, not only has he got the first try and now the first goal in a premiership match, but a few weeks back, well, a bit over a month ago now, and their very first trial, he was actually their first official try scorer as well when they played the Melbourne Storm, scored their lone try in that game. So the first try in the trials and the first try in the premiership match as well. Good stuff.
Nagama played that ball. This is the centre three-quarter, Lulia. He's taken down by Rogers and also by Matt Hilda. And this is Hunt, the front row forward, 35 out from his own line. Sun beaming down. A hot day for the players. I did tell you they'll be taking some drinks breaks, one in each half. And here's Morris. This is Josh, the twin brother to Brett, who's out injured. One of 4 players already unavailable through injury for the Dragons. Here's Paya. 10 metres away from his own line. Gasnier ahead, Ismunga, Morris, Poor and Young. Not all of them out because of injury necessarily. Justin Poor completing a suspension. Hilda, of course, was with Cronulla, where he played mostly at number 9. Best nickname in the world, Walsey. Bailey, Amos, LaFranchi, Amos. He's busy, isn't he, the 9? Not only does he give it, he hangs around and says, I'm here if you want me. And there's Billy Johnson, who was the first captain of the Gold Coast. And Bobby McCarthy was the coach way back in '88. Here's Morris. Yes, Pete.
A little bit of a problem out there for Chris Walker, just limping back into position after travelling all the way over the other side of the field to get involved. He's now back here on the right wing and they've come his way immediately, but Hornby props back and has tackled 33 out from his own line.
Cooper. The try was scored down his side. The 2 players that tried to stop Walker were Ben Hornby and Josh Morris. Riles runs at Swain. Amos involved in the tackle with LaFranchi. Wolford goes for a dart, goes across the 40-metre line. Many people question why the Dragons would buy Simon Wolford. You would think he's at the back end of his career, but he's a cagey player. Great leader, and it looks like he's got plenty of kilometres left in the legs as Campbell succumbs to the tackle and they put him down a couple of metres out.
Well, Simon Wolford's new coach, Nathan Brown, was exactly the same sort of player, a cagey, scheming sort of player. And I think he saw something in Simon Wolford that could help this Dragon side, particularly under pressure, where sometimes they fall apart. This is a good game of football. There's not much between these 2 teams.
Play by Cooper. Rogers was the runner out from dummy half. Bailey joins in. I mentioned, and I made the comparison without apology, he's really the Glenn Lazarus in the foundation stone of this club. Melbourne put together under John Rebo, Chris Anderson, Glenn Lazarus, and it all went from there as Prince puts the kick in, and Bailey seems to me as though he's going to play the same part. Here's Morris now putting the foot on the accelerator, and we know that the Morris accelerator has got plenty of speed in it. From Dad right down, here is Cooper. Over he goes. Swain making the tackle with LaFranchi.
They've just got to be careful, the Gold Coast. In their defence, they're allowing the occasional quick play the ball, and I just get the sense that one of these quick Dragons players is going to take advantage in a moment. They're not slowing them down anywhere near quickly enough.
Here's Riles. LaFranchi, the 11. Kayla, the 10. They're up to the 30-metre line. Here's Hunt. 25 out now. 20 metres in from touch, running towards the Caxton Street end. A little kick through. Cooper's after it.
Forward pass rate.
And a forward pass called by Haynes.
Well, that will have been called by the touch judge because Hayne was a long way from the action, but the calls come from the sideline and welcomed by the Titans, even though Preston Campbell didn't have any problem cleaning up the kick. Nice low tackle there from Jason Riles on Luke Bailey. They continue the same way through Hilda.
Slammed down and covered up by Ben Cray, who does the same again. Here's Scott Prince, dummies one way, goes back, picks up Campbell. Campbell looks for that little hole to present itself.
Do you see how he caught that with one hand, going back the other way?
Here's Amos, and that's a great tackle by Ben Cray. He just picked him up, ball and all, slammed him into the ground. Scott Prince with a kick. He's looking for speed out wide, but I don't think Chris Walker read it all that brilliantly, but the bet each way has paid off. He's taken the concession, finding the sideline.
That was a good kick. I got the same sense there that I'm sure Scott Prince got, that his team was just starting to get on its heels a little bit. It was a slow set of six coming out of trouble. Players standing still when they got the ball. Breaking news at half-time. Andrew Johns, severe concussion. We'll update you with that news. Sonny Bill Williams sent from the field in the 3rd minute of that game for a hit on Andrew Johns.
So the scrum going down
What?
at the
So,
Milton
Ray, they
Street end of the ground.
won't continue without Jason Riles, who's been getting some attention now, just got his way back. Must have got a little bit of a cut on the hairline.
Wonderful scrub feed. I think it just got in front of the Locks' feet. 12 metres out from the Dragons line.
That's all you got to do, baby.
Here's Morris again. LaFranchi working hard in defence. He's racking up plenty of tackles. Webster making that tackle, the number 4 for the Titans. The tackle made on Ashton Sims. Here's Cray out to the 40-metre line. Swain was the chief tackler.
Danny Wicks out there for the Dragons in place of Riles as Wolford put it onto the chest of Wicks, but he makes a mistake first touch, and Campbell up the middle.
Campbell turning defence into attack like a bolt of lightning. And Kayla! They've rattled him up, 2 of the big hombres, Hunt and Wicks. Now it goes over for Hilda. The pass was dubious, but it's gone to Rogers. Rogers away to Payer. Payer's tackled and put away. 25 metres out from the Dragons line. There's a little knock on, is there?
That was beautiful work there by Matt Rogers. We haven't seen him in rugby league for some time, but a little touch of class here. The way he fades to the outside of his opposite number with the ball in flight. He's got good speed. This spiral pass, watch the way he runs to the outside of his opposite number while the ball was still coming. That's what got him around his man. That's a touch of class.
So the scrum 20 metres out from the Dragons line.
Finding some space on both extremities, the Titans. They've had a bit of success down the right-hand side, including a try. On that occasion, they were able to get Nguama to come off his wing, and there was space on the outside.
This is Beau Scott. Just outside 30. They've stacked their blind side. They've come open for Dan Hunt. And he's tackled just inside 40. And Cooper was the main tackler out there on that occasion. Ben Cray takes it up towards halfway. Titans have got a replacement out there, Michael Henderson, himself a former Dragon. He made the exodus along with Bailey. Play back for Wolford into the hands of Richie Williams. And Williams goes high down to Campbell. Oh, Campbell has put it down. Yeah. Well, there was no pressure. There wasn't a human being in sight.
Well, they'd have talked about it all week. Preston Campbell playing at fullback in his little headgear there. It's very, very difficult.
He didn't cradle his arms at all there.
It's 6-0 in favour of the Titans. And you missed nothing during that break, because that was the drinks break that was taken by referee Hayne. And the scrum goes down, and a very good opportunity for the Dragons. Hornby went across looking for Cooper and found him. Cooper to play it. They're just 10 away. Centre of the ground. Wolford to Williams. Williams away to Lulia. He plays it 5 out. Nagama takes a shot. Nagama goes for the corner.
Short.
Short is the call. Comes from Lulia. Back to Williams. Full of confidence, this kid, I'm told. Through the dummy. Had a dig. Wolford. Dummy one way. Goes open. Hornby. Across he comes and he finds Sims. 5 tackles gone, Dragons. Wolford came off the boot of the Gold Coast. Taken by Hornby. Got the ball away. I don't know how. It's with the Dragons. It's turnover.
Good defence. Good attack too, but good defence. How close did Wes come? Inches. The hand of a lower player getting there just to force it back. But they're warming up to something, the Dragons here, Rabbits. You can see it the last 5 minutes. Physically, they're just starting to get on top of the Gold Coast. And if they can get a bit of ball, I think points will come. Gold Coast have got to hang on here.
Michael Henderson bleeding from the nose and sent out the back to be mended. Here's Bailey with a charge. Ben Aiken on the sidelines.
Yeah, thanks. I've enjoyed the work so far from the Titans forward pack. I think it's been outstanding. And it's been off the back of some real creative play from Clint Amos. He's just left the field. You know who they brought on now? Nathan Friend. He was great at the Storm for a few years. They're not going to lose anything with him out there.
Campbell dropping the ball again. He's having a mixed bag, Preston.
Put this down the defence though, Ray. I told you the Dragons are on the front foot. Great hit there from Beau Scott, the Dragons' new back rower. Forcing the ball loose. And as I said, the Dragons, if they could just get a bit of ball at the moment, I get the feeling they're coming in for the kill. They can smell they're getting on top. The Gold Coast will do well to repel them.
So if they can stay in good field position, keep an eye out for Ben Cray on the fringe of the ruck. Very good at hitting the line himself and going through or getting the arm free to pick up an outside support. They win the scrum, comes to Williams.
So another scrum in a very good position for the Dragons. Cooper taken down beautifully by Chris Walker. Now that's McDougall, the youngest of the brothers McDougall. 20 metres out, Cooper dummy half, Sims first receiver. 12 out, the big fella. Ashton Sims. Played back to Wolford. Gone to Hornby. Turned into Ben Cray. And dragging around the legs is Nathan Friend. Here goes Wolford. Fires the ball out. It's gone to Hornby. They're over. Richie Williams. Richie Williams. The kid from the Narooma has scored the first try of the year for the Dragons.
Well, he didn't make the bust, Ben Craig, but he set up that try with a very, very quick play the ball. Got through the line, played the ball quickly, and the Dragons ball players after that were smart enough to go to the right-hand side. A lot of space. Hornby dragging the defence across. Scott Prince going over. Cooper didn't have enough pace to get over and take the inside attacking player. So errors have cost the Titans.
Tremendous work there by the dummy half, Simon Wolford.
Yeah.
The way he went out, summed up the situation and delayed the pass beautifully, dragged in 2 or 3 defenders. Hornby just ran across field, turns his 5'8" partner back on the inside, and the Titans' defence had been committed back near the post by the excellent dummy half play of Simon Wolford. He condensed them up, then threw the beautiful pass out the back to Hornby. And this man, Williams, Richard Williams, who's got plenty of talent, has put the Dragons on the board. Oh, you can feel it coming, Rabbits.
Nagama. He's only 18 out, 20 in. Got it perfectly. Sideline Andrew Voss.
What a moment for the 20-year-old Richie Williams, and a little bit more about him for the viewers who don't know too much about Williams. He is 20 years of age. He's a nephew of one of the most famous families in Australian rugby union, the Ellers. I mean, that's almost rugby union royalty. He's had a stint at lower grades at South and Cronulla. Great quote from Nathan Brown about the talent of this kid. He says if he doesn't make it in the NRL, it won't be because of a lack of talent. He has had some attitude problems, but he appears to be right on song today in his first grade debut.
Interesting stuff there on Richie Williams. Related to the Ellers. That's Adam Peake, who came on, and he was only there a matter of 1 or 2 minutes before he got injured. Similar fate to the number 14 for the Titans, who was also only there for a matter of minutes before he got injured, Michael Henderson. Now coming away is McDougall. And 25 metres out from the Dragons line. These boys are sons of Gil McDougall, if memory serves me correctly.
We sure are.
Who played magnificently for Western Suburbs.
But there's the Dragons of old, Ray. Trying to force the ball in their own half when the passes just really weren't on in that amount of traffic. What they needed after scoring their own points was to get to the kick instead of giving the opposition an immediate opportunity to hit back.
So 6 points all in the opening game in the rebirth of the Gold Coast Rugby League. And here's Walker off his right foot. 28 metres out from the Dragons line. Chris Walker got the first try of the day. First try for the Titans. Here is Michael Henderson now taking it up to his former brotherhood. And here is Nathan Friend. You can't miss him. He gets it away. And Luke Bailey is taken in a beauty by Ben Cray. Friend. On it goes to Prince. Chance here for the Titans. Oh, it's a bad pass. The Gunner picks it up. Now the foot race is on. It's been called back.
Offside. Offside on the Dragons.
Penalty Titans.
Oh.
He must have been playing an advantage.
Well, sides defending their own try line are probably offside all the time. Let's see. They go back to within a metre of the line. That's not bad. Wes Nagrama probably was on the line. But by the letter of the law, they were inside the 10. A let off there for Gold Coast.
So again, it's with Cooper. There goes a decoy. Bailey. Prince shows it, gives it the second time. LaFranchi makes a charge. And it's pulled down at the Milton Street end of the ground. The goal line is just a couple of metres away. Dummy by Prince, steps off the right foot, swings the pass across the back. Out it goes now. It's over with Cooper. Cooper puts a fend on, stands, and he gets rid of the ball now. Friend has got the ball. Nathan Friend turns it away. And tackle is Henderson. Again 2 metres from the line. Friend away for Preston Campbell. He fires the ball out. Anthony Lafranchi. He's pulled down 7 metres out from the Dragons line. Play back to Campbell. They go the blind side again. Scott Prince rolls a kick in. It's gone to ground. Morris didn't clean it up, did he? Yes, he did. Morris has cleaned it up according to Hayne, who was perfectly positioned.
All right, we've seen nearly 30 minutes of this Gold Coast Titans team, and their coach, Johnny Cartwright's done a good job bringing players together that have never played together before, albeit very talented players. But their structure looks good still, doesn't it? They've got some nice plays, some nice formation, and they know what each other's doing.
And they know what to do at the end of the tackle count as well, and that was a good finish from Scott Prince. And the opposition, the body language when the mistake was made, is one of being very tired at the moment. No surprise it's a slow restart. They're in no hurry to get this ball back in play. And if the Titans can smell that, they realise that there are points here because the opposition aren't feeling that good at the moment.
So the restart is shooting along the ground, and Prince picks it up and sends Bailey back to them. Ben Craig goes after Bull Bailey. He doesn't make the tackle. It's made by Beau Scott. Friend working the play across the back of the ruck for Michael Henderson, and Friend waving them around him left and right. Here he goes now, the former Melbourne Stormer. It's gone away to Hilda. Hilda onto Cooper. Cooper is put down 20 metres out from the Dragons line. It is 6-all at Suncorp Stadium in front of 40,000 people. Campbell, back it comes, and it's with Matt Hilda. He gets the ball back to Scotty Prince, who put it on the stomach of Nathan Friend and then took it away from him again. And it's Nagama who dives on it. Knock on.
He had to get his hands to that. He had to get his hands to that. They created numbers on that left-hand side. The ball came infield through Campbell and came out to this man, Cooper. And Nagama had two Gold Coast players outside him. Came in and took the odds to it and got the ball down. The ball's gone infield. Now Prince will go back. There's Wes out on his own. 3-on-1. I've got to go in. Bang. And got player and ball. Saved a try.
I had to laugh at Scotty Prince and Nathan Friend there. Here they come again, and Swain, back of the scrum play, is put down. With Sims going in with what looked like a swinging arm. It's gone to Hilda. Hilda to Lafranchi up the middle. And Lafranchi gets it away. Back to Nathan Friend. The little fella gets the ball away. Oh, Henderson. He put it down. There was a chance. They couldn't have stopped him, but he couldn't catch it.
It's an opportunity missed, all right. He just didn't expect the football, and you have to in that instance. He had a head of steam up. The opposition were back on their heels because of the offload. He's a good, tough customer, Michael Henderson, but he really needed to stay focused on the ball coming his way on that occasion.
Half an hour gone, 6 points all. I wonder how Paul Broughton and Michael Searle are handling the pressure from the grandstands at the moment. Josh Morris is with the ball. Andrew Voss sideline.
Yeah, Ray, something we spoke about on the footy show this morning, a deal that the Jetstar are offering. The Jetstar Gold Coast Titans and Jetstar got this deal for their Jetstar members. For example, it's related to how many points they score today. So if the Gold Coast scores 16 points, tomorrow they'll have 16,000 seats available on their flights to selected destinations at $16 each. So that gets launched tomorrow, and you can visit that website. You saw the address on screen, www.jetstar.com. So right at the moment, there's 6,000 seats available tomorrow. It's $6 each.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm glad you got that one and not me, but it was a great commercial. Here is Preston Campbell on his way back. Does the dance, invites them in, and they said, yes, come here. Little fella, you're going down with no headgear. Now Player goes away from the left wing, from the dummy half, playing on the left wing. Or as they call him these days, I suppose, left one. Is that Rogers? It is. Friend. Back to Hilda. No, it's not Hilda. In fact, it was Michael Henderson. I was going to make the point that Hilda has been very good. I must admit I had a question mark on him being at number 6. But he's done nothing wrong, Pete, has he?
No, not at all. And they do have some versatility there. Richie Mathers, the British fullback, is out injured. As Scott Prince sees an opportunity on the last bit of space there for Jake Webb to chip through himself. Well taken by McDougall.
So McDougall will play the ball for the Dragons 20 metres out, but they're going blow for blow with them, the Titans. They're matching them for skill. They're matching them at the moment for stamina. Here's Morris. LaFranchi making the tackle. And here's a penalty. They came up with the boot.
That's what they didn't need. Just as the Dragons were starting to get on top, they came up with one error, and they'd probably only had one set of 6 in the last 7 or 8 minutes to take some juice out of them. Now the Gold Coast have invited the Dragons back into the game with a soft penalty. Chris Walker there still receiving attention on a leg injury. Doesn't want to leave the field. How much energy in the Dragons now? A bit of defence has taken it out of them.
I meant to mention earlier the Dragons are wearing those black armbands in memory of 2 of their former colleagues, former players that died in the off-season. Gary Longhurst from the 80s, a hooker, motor neurone disease. His daughter sang the anthem here at a State of Origin one night. And former Test centre of the 50s, Matt McCoy, he also passed on. And that's the reason for the black armbands for the Dragons. And to both the families of those deceased members of the Dragons, we pass on our commiserations and condolences. Away it goes now, and Hornby, who's wrapped up and put away.
Who was that, Matt Rogers?
Tony Kane is, I thought for a moment left an overlap on that side of the ground that he's defending, but it was filled. Hornby, now back for Danny Wicks, across the face, and Adam Peake put the fingers out but didn't touch it. Made no difference. It's come down with the Gold Coast and Jake Webster.
Gee, that was a good tackle by Matt Rogers on the other side of the field. A real good tackle, particularly for a fellow that hasn't played league for a few years. He read the situation beautifully, came up with a great body check, was a decoy run out the back, and Rogers was up there in his face. Now, Hornby had 2 or 3 players on his outside, and he read it well. And here's the penalty. Dragons player flopping in there, the number 15, Danny Wicks. You can't do it. Titans have the ball.
Nathan Friend taking the tap, and just reminding you that the tap restarts are taken 20 metres in from touch these days, and he's lost the ball. James Stosic. James was formerly with the Sharks. He's out there in 15, his first touch of the football, and he puts it down. So the Dragons have had just a luxury period. They were down on their haunches. They were looking as though they were running out of puff, and then they've had a couple of very easy piggybacks, if you like, out of their own zone, and that's what this really is as well. It's a gift on the halfway line. Hornby running across, selecting his players. Cooper is with it. He'll play it on halfway. As they come to the blind side, that is Adam Peake. Andrew Voss is on the sideline.
Yeah, Ray, on Friday night, Channel 9 viewers had the pleasure of watching a great performance from a number 7, Jonathan Thurston, at this ground for the Cowboys. Ben Eichen, what about the performance of Scotty Prince here, the 7 for the Gold Coast Titans, as the Dragons get pulled up for a forward pass?
Yeah, I remember visiting this guy in a hospital bed with one of the worst broken legs I've ever seen a few years back. Since then, he's won a premiership. He's represented Queensland. And what I'm seeing out here today is not just Scott Prince, the brilliant football player, but Scott Prince, the leader. And they are going to need him to lead for the entirety of this season if they're going to have any success.
He's a Queenslander, isn't he? Played for the Cowboys, played for the Broncos, now playing for the Gold Coast.
Well, the West Tigers benefited, of course, by his presence. There's no doubt about that. Here's Nathan Friend with a scurry.
He's been good, Rabbit, since he come on. Nathan Friend, very busy.
So Campbell goes away to Henderson. And Henderson got a facial on the way down, which he didn't have to pay for, a free facial. Now it's with Scott Prince, rifles it back, bullet pass back to Hilda. Geez, a lovely ball player, this fellow. We just finished talking about it. Here he is again. He floats around like a butterfly, and this is Stosic with the ball. He put a ball on Nathan Friend's belly button earlier, and Friend actually thought that he had the ball, but it was gone. It was with Prince, and he puts a kick in. It's rolling into the end goal. It'll be too hard. Yeah, it's over the dead ball line. So back to the 20 for the restart. A free carry back there for St George Illawarra.
He'll be very disappointed with that, Scott Prince. He prides himself on his kicking game, as we mentioned earlier, especially on last tackle options. You're so much better these days. If the kick isn't exactly right, you're better off having it pull up short of the line instead of it going long, because you're not sacrificing another 20 metres, which is where they come back from the restart, the Dragons, as we go in the final 5 minutes of this first half.
Jason Ryles about to come back into the game. At a strange time, really. 3.5 minutes out from the halftime break. This is McDougall. And dropping off the tackle was Webster. He got a touch on it there, so it's 6 more. And the 16 is Corey Payne, which is a fairly good indication that they have got some depth, St George Illawarra, even allowing for the personnel that are out injured or whatever. Corey Payne on the bench. And here is Adam Peake, just inside 30. Now it's back for Hornby. Hornby back on the inside for Sims. And a 3-man Titans tackle led by Michael Henderson. To the right goes the 17, Kane. And almost able, wasn't he? Plays it back for Payne. Payne with a burrow. And it went to ground and then he pushed it back. I think it's a knock-on.
I thought it was a penalty. I thought he passed the ball after being tackled. The referee has found a knock-on in there. It was a selfish play. They had good formation on the far side.
Was probably pushed out. He was thinking of a pass, then pushed out by the Gold Coast player. By the way, it's a let-off for the Titans. They desperately want to get into the dressing rooms.
Well, when you think about it, they invited them down here, didn't they? They invited them down this end of the park.
But it's always hard. You're playing a big occasion like this. It's hard not to let the emotions get away. And sometimes you play at a tempo early that's just above your normal, comfortable pace. And you're found wanting a little bit at the back end of both halves. That was their danger today. They've done very, very well. But they need to be in the dressing rooms now before the Dragons post one.
4 changes, the Titans, 5 for St George Illawarra. I realise that it would be a financial bonanza to bring the match here today, but I congratulate the Titans, though. This match was always going to attract too many people for Carrara. Played by the 16 for the Titans. Minicello is on there. Ball goes loose. Dragons come back. Nagama tackled on halfway. 6 points all, and we're under 1.5 minutes from the halftime break.
They're walking the Titans.
Having said that, it's been a nice start for them. There's been no sign of being overawed by the side with the big red V. The crowd hasn't bothered them. But, you know, with blokes like Cartwright and Billy Johnston around, you would expect that, wouldn't you? Here's Kane, back to Hornby, second man play for Williams, and he's held by Rogers, who's had to make a couple of decisions, and he's made them right. He's done well, Matt. First game since 2001. This kick has gone raking. Oh, Chrissy Walker has hit it with his head. It's gone down to ground, and now Cooper loses it. Picked up by the Titans. He classified Cooper's carry as an advantage.
Well, that was a very important tackle by Scott Prince on Matt Cooper. Still had 30 seconds to go. That was enough for another 2 or 3 plays.
Here is Stozek. That is typical Chris Walker, though. I've got to say that. I mean, enigmatic might be the right word. Here it is with Campbell, and he tried to dance through a couple of the big fellas. And that's been held down too long by Adam Peake.
Now this will be interesting. They've got a penalty here just inside their own half. I'll be surprised if Scott Prince doesn't kick this out. And then with the new rule that you can actually take the tap 20 metres in from touch, he'll be in perfect position to have a shot at the field goal.
Yeah, he's done it before.
Here we go. Now he'll kick it out and find touch. Let's see if he takes the tap himself or just wants the ball.
He's got 2 options. He either goes high and gets the chase through, or he tries for the 1-pointer.
Ah, badly handled.
So they go high, and Josh Morris under pressure. Oh, good take. Good take by a youngster on debut in front of 40,000 people. 6 all at halftime. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll bring you the Andrew Johns injury update. That picture's coming out of the dressing rooms of the Gold Coast Titans, the Jetstar Titans. We're going live into New South Wales this afternoon because of the hour's difference. And as I said, throwing to the break originally, it's been a most entertaining first half. And they're going stride for stride with them, blow for blow, pass for pass. Jason Riles with, is that grease in his hair or is it a bit of lime? Somebody said he might have had a little scalp wound and they probably put some Vaso on it. Scotty Prince has been brilliant, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's a learning curve for the Gold Coast Titans too. These fellas may have been training together all summer, but till you get into the heat of battle, knowing that your partner's going to be there with you, what he's saying, what he's thinking, believing in each other, you've got to go through this a number of times in football to form that important chemistry that's such an important part of being a team. Now, the Dragons probably have that on them because these fellas, even though there's some new faces in the first grade side, would have been together for a couple of years with the Dragons outfit. The Gold Coast have got to learn all that, Sterlo, that real important ingredient in your team spirit.
They'll have a great opportunity this second half, early in the season, to look into each other's eyes, and we spoke about what will be a successful season for them and how many games.
There's the kick off to the second half. Nagama fielding the ball, and that's Riles with this patch on top of his head. Has he got the ball? Yes, he has.
If you are going to have a successful season in 2007, you must win the tight matches, and that's exactly what we have here. So it is an important 40 minutes coming up for both teams, whether it's the first of the season or not.
Corey Payne just inside the 40-metre line, his own end of the park. That's Kane. So we've got the Paynes and the Canes, and this is Kane playing the ball near halfway. The 14 is Adam Peake. I call Chris Walker a journeyman. Well, Adam's been to plenty of clubs himself as it goes back from Hornby into Richie Williams to the right foot, kicking down to the Walker wing. He seems as though he's fixed it up, that ankle problem. Scored the try that opened the account for the Titans and for the game. Stozic. 6-all. Cooper. Brother of Dustin Cooper. And Henderson was pole-driven, and there goes Campbell, stepping, running, inside the 10. Campbell gets it away and it goes to ground. He couldn't quite make it. Nagama has come out of the ground to pull him down.
Well, he's so dangerous from broken play. A beautiful pick-up again from Preston Campbell. The step to beat Morris. But plenty of speed in the chase. McDougall and Nguama arrived at the same time. The ball went loose. I'm not sure whether he tried to kick it or pass it, Preston Campbell, or just lost it. Concern on the bench.
I thought he tried to pass it and it was kicked by the Dragons player. It could well have been play on. He knew he was going to get caught from behind.
Michael Henderson and Jason Riles still down after the impact before the pass was scooped up by Preston Campbell.
He tried to get it around the corner to Mark Minicello, who was looming up in support. And it really looked like it came off a Dragon's leg. Little Preston, he loves that. Just picks up the loose ball and swoosh, he's gone.
Henderson getting himself back there now. He took an enormous hit here from Riles, and then the heads came together and the ball went spewing out, and away went Preston, the zip man of the modern era. 15 out from the Dragons line now. We are. Kane going to Sims, and Sims coming back into the middle. In behind the play the ball. 30-metre line, he plays it, and Riles suffering no longer from that head clash with Henderson. Henderson made the tackle with Friend. Now Kane, now Payne. You bet your bottom dollar when you call one, the other one will be the next. Then it's Hornby. And he drops it down towards Campbell. On the line, he'll pick it up. Preston going away out into territory on his own. Walker falling into first receiver. And Corey Payne makes the tackle. Penalty to the Dragons. It's a play the ball. He has rolled it between his legs. It's a presentation, 2 points.
Just about every game so far we've seen the NRL this week, we've seen at least one of those penalties, and it is a correct one against Chris Walker. No effort made whatsoever to get the foot down onto the ball.
The problem, Sterling, we've seen plenty penalised, and we've seen probably 5 times that many that weren't penalised.
Well, that's what coaches will be doing, obviously. If they have one against them, they'll sit down and go through it. But, you know, like if you know that that's the case, and it's just bad habits that the players have picked up. It hasn't been adjudicated on over the last few seasons. There's every chance they get to training, and when they're tackled, they just roll it back through. It's just a bad habit that they've picked up that now is going to be pounced upon, and they've got to learn quickly.
Ooh. Yeah, it's no use blaming the referees. I understand that the word inconsistent is one we often use, but at the end of the day, if you've been notified, and they were notified, and somebody does it, no use blaming somebody else. Nagama then boots it. 8-6 scoreline, Dragons. So the ball coming back to halfway for the restart. I used the word earlier about Chris Walker. Enigmatic. One of the great Dragons was an enigma of a footballer called Ted Goodwin. He'd do something hot, then something very, very cold. Walker's kick to restart. Screws across the ground to Lulia. Jason Riles. Corey Payne.
He is such a better player, Jason Riles, when he doesn't think pass. When he hits the ball up and just lets that part of his game develop. Mistake here. Titans now inside the opposition 40, straight to Scott Prince.
Oh. He'd have got that ball out the back to Preston Campbell. There was a real chance on there.
So Friend is the dummy half. The carry is with Minicello. And they're inside the 30-metre line. Nathan Friend back and around for Anthony LaFranchi. 18 metres away from the line. Dragons under siege at the moment. Back for Matt Hilda. Back it goes for Cooper now. 12 away. Friend goes the blind side. Gets it to Matt Hilda. He's got a very loose carry on it. 5 tackles gone. Friend again. Looking for Prince. Finds him. There's the kick. In behind. Bounces okay. But Luke McDougall cleaning it up.
A lovely kick under pressure. He could have made all sorts of mistakes there, Scotty Prince. It was good pressure from the Dragons, but he just managed to lob it into the in goal so that the Dragons had to play to it, so they got the restart. He wanted to kick across field for the try when he was rushed into it. He did the next best thing and just forced it there to get a line dropout. Good experience shown there.
Drop out. Oh, gee, that could be described as a knock on by some.
Well, the referee signalled knock back.
Anyway, it's Walker who's playing the ball.
He knew he'd touched it.
And now he's given a penalty.
He gives you heart attacks, Chris Walker, doesn't he? What's this? He's just mucking around with that.
What else can happen if you just put your arm out?
But he just does it. You don't know why, he just does. He knows what he's doing.
Titans on the attack with Minicello. 3-man Dragon tackle. Payne, Peake, and Scott. Now Hilda. Oh, Campbell couldn't get a catch on it. Nagama's got the ball for the Dragons.
He had a bit of a look there, Preston Campbell. Nice defence from Lalia coming in. Now got the football. Just saw him out of the corner of the eye, Preston, and that was enough to lead to the mistake. Here's Riles again, attracting 3 defenders, but still picking up tough meters. A 4th comes in. They still haven't stopped him.
Nathan Brown about to get Ben Cray back into the game. It'll be at the expense of Adam Peake. 40 metres away from the Dragons line from Kane. It's gone to Hornby for a big dummy, and then he tries to go through, and young Morris was running off his hip. Kane again, heading his front row forward, Hunt, with a good ball at the right time. 42 metres out from the Titans line. Kane drops it in behind, and going back there is Paya. Bad bounce for him. He's off his own line, and he runs into Beau Scott together with Lulia. The 3 and the 12. Then Campbell, now Rogers. Matty Rogers, can he come out the other side? He can't. Clinging on like a leech there was Jason Riles. Play by Rogers, who gets up and says to the ref, "No penalty, sir? You're kidding." Friend, little ball, Minicello. Couple of good runs by Mark. 40 metres out. Friend, the 15 is Stozic. 5th tackle. Scotty Prince through the hands. Hilda. Intercept. Taken by Richie Williams. Williams is away. They're not going to get him. Williams is on his way. Campbell's coming. But Williams scores for the Dragons. His 2nd try of the day.
The Titans going for the cutout pass, trying to establish an overlap. Williams was already up in the attacking line. Knocked the ball up, regathered, and too much pace for Swain. See here, they had numbers out wide. Look, 15 metres in is Williams from the sideline with nobody on the outside. If it found the mark on the outside to Matt Rogers and Jake Webster, they were away. Not a big fan of pointing at the opposition as you're going in to score a try, especially when it is your first game. He's got every right to be exuberant, the fact that he has crossed twice. First time in the big time.
I did tell you he's full of confidence, and that was an exhibition of it. But the fact remains that his name is in the book as a 2-time try scorer in this historic game. Richie Williams, who comes from a family related to the, Andrew used the word earlier, the Ella royalty. I think dynasty might be another word that we could have used, but he's bred in the purple to be a footballer. Either this code or the other one. Bred in the purple. He'd bring about 1.5 million at the sales. Converted. Dragons go out to an 8-point lead. Friday night football. And again, we will see the Dragons against the Knights, who may well, or seemingly certainly will be without Andrew Johns. Latest on him, Friday night after that game, by the way, there's Panthers versus Bulldogs from Penrith. So we've got 2 Sydney matches next Friday night, and the first of that duo will come into Queensland at the same time as New South Wales. And the Penrith match will come in on the back of it. Good strong run by Ashton Sims. Out towards 30. 2nd tackle down. 8-point margin. Quick hands, good hands. And Cooper's got the ball. Cooper's flying. Looming up is 17, the hooker. It's gone back and it's touched a player from the Titans. It's come down to Cooper. He hasn't called it, the ref. I thought a Titan got a hand on it.
Yeah, he did. He went back to 0 tackle, Ray, as they come wide. Williams cut out.
Come away to Lulia. Surely he'll score. No. Yes. Lulia scores. He drags Rogers over the line. So the Dragons dominating now. They're out to 18-6 with a kick to come.
And it is a weekend of rookies scoring tries in their top grade debut. We've seen it in other matches. Williams has got a double. Now Lulia has got one on this side after Matt Cooper raced away down the far side. Created the overlap. Cooper found support on the inside. Eventually Tony Kane lost the football, but Cooper ended up back with it. Chris Walker being called out now with his skipper, Scott Prince. With 2 quick tries in succession.
Just before that break, this player came across after the ball was passed, tackled a player late and tackled him high.
Okay, thanks, mate. Had we not scored in here, we could have went back, gave a penalty. Okay, what we're going to do is place that on report. Mate, if you know the ball's gone, Chris, just pull out of them, okay? Yeah, that's all right, okay, so pull out. It's on report.
Chris Walker leaving his mark on this game in more ways than one, and leaving a mark on an opposition player at the same time. So here was Cooper. Just trying to find this incident for you.
No, we saw it back there in back play.
Okay.
I don't think he's got any problems there. Beautiful pass here by Richie Williams. Whoosh. Finds the Leal in space. Does well. Gets himself one-on-one with his opposite number, Rogers, and drags him to the line. Good strength.
Really nice involvement too at the other end from Josh Morris to come up on the short side and get the pass away to Matt Cooper. One-on-one here, Lalia, who's made some pretty good reads defensively. That's the ball there to Cooper. It was a nice one. He got a couple of defenders to come at him, including the winger, Chris Walker. And there's the assignment for Wes Nguama.
And this is coming back.
Yes.
But he sliced it through. They normally draw them through, but he sliced this to take them out to 20 points to 6. The Sydney side. Andrew sideline.
Now this game has changed. Now a 14-point lead. Really impressed with what the Dragons are doing. Really impressed with this kick. With a bit of breeze here too at Suncorp from Wes Nguama. Ben Eichen, we're going to learn a bit about the Gold Coast over the next 27 minutes, how they react to this.
Most definitely. Trials are trials, and John Cartwright would have taken a bit out of the trials, but this next 20 minutes is where he'll be watching each and every one of these players to see who's got what it takes to make it in the big time for the Gold Coast Titans.
Titans with Bailey back out there. The chase on the kickoff is just a perfect example of Luke Bailey. The outside backs on his side, he out-sprinted them to get there first to make the tackle. This is Beau Scott. Head-on, one-on-one tackle for Matt Rogers. Wes Nguama. He may well have been a problem child for the Dragons, but he's done some good things for them today on the field of play. Play by Scott. Here's Kane putting a kick over towards Campbell. Got a good bounce, Preston. And Ben Cray and Jason Riles put him down 20 metres away from the Titans line. 14-point margin now. Oh, that was lucky for Kayla. Ball goes to ground, bounces across to Walker. Ashton Sims was the one that got him, or should have got him. Kayla. Now Walker plays the ball, and this is Luke Swain. Cray again involved with Sims. Scotty Prince, second man back for Matt Hilda. Titans a penalty. Listen to this.
Yeah, it was a flop.
I know that. I gave you the tip there, and we just got a flop. Okay. Do something about it, or Simbin's going to be the next option.
Why has he got to bring Ben Hornby from 50 metres away to tell you I told you so?
Yeah, Dan Hunt was the culprit.
He's saying I'm out here minding my own business. What are you telling me for?
Didn't he just say, I've told them, they must have forgot?
Bailey. Bailey. Friend. Henderson. 7 metres out. The Titans desperate for a try. Here is Prince. Now Swain. 2 metres away from the line. Gold Coast, can they get back? Oh, beautiful ball, Scotty Prince. Oh, I thought the pass was unnecessary, but Walker's got his second. It was a catch pass by Jake Webster. I thought he could lean out and put it over the line.
Well, he made a bird of it. And they are still in this game because there is plenty of time left. They had to be the next to score. And they have now through a nice little interplay on the far side. Scott Prince, catch and pass. The cut out to Jake Webster. That created 2-on-1. McDougall came in on Webster, but he's able to swivel and get it to Chris Walker, who has got the simplest task to lean out 2 metres and score the try. Conversion to come. They are still in it.
Yeah, he needed to pass it, Rabbits, I think. I think they had him.
You're probably right.
I think they had him. He made
You're
a bird of
probably
it.
right. You normally are, so I'll just bow to your greater knowledge.
I'm still laughing about Ben Hornby. The referee calls him over. Makes him run 40 metres to say, I told you so up there. He said, yeah, I didn't do it. He did. That's a good hit back by the Gold Coast. They needed that. As I said, just after the half-time break, it's these times when you've got your backs to the wall and you've got to pull together. This is what makes your team and makes your club. And this is what the Gold Coast have all got to learn about each other. The leaders in their team, the people who lead by example, those that respond, those that like to take up the challenge, those that leave it to others, or those that think they can do it themselves. Chris Walker to keep the crowd abuzz from the sideline.
Maybe he should have told Jason Riles. He's got a C next to his name as well. The kick, the kick, the kick. Oh, it is a beauty. It is a Bobby Dazzler. Walker, timeout for drinks. That's what we'll do. We'll take a drink and be back in a moment. That's not a bad point, even though I made it myself. Even if I did make it myself. Drinks break has been taken. During the start of the season when it is hot, and it's very hot here, they're taking the drinks break 1 per half for a minute. So what are we at now? We're at 20 points to 12. Dragons and Titans in front of 42,000 people. Nagama. Oh, gee, that was lucky. It might not have been lucky when I think about it. It probably was going out on the full. But the probably is with a capital P. Swain.
Well, it was one of those occasions where if somebody on the defensive side had have got their feet over the dead ball line, they'd have turned it into a penalty back at halfway.
Kayla. Friend. And Henderson. Michael Henderson with a big run. The big man takes it 3 metres into Dragons territory. Now with Prince. Prince across for Hilda. Hilda. Taken by Ben Cray. Friend goes from dummy half. He runs for an eternity.
Last tackle.
That was an occasion where on the 5th tackle they just showed him too much space. There would have been 1,000 things going through his head. He knew it was tackle 5. He put Henderson into a yawning gap around the middle of the ruck. They had them on the back foot. They needed one more tackle up their sleeve. Friend saw the gap on tackle 5, was drawn to it like a magnet, but in the end was tackled and had to turn it over.
Riles. 7 metres his side of halfway. From Kane to Hornby. And Hornby makes Campbell work. This is... Oh, that's come off the feet of Nagama anyway, I think. But Campbell was very nonchalant about the whole thing.
I think he's given the feed to the Dragons here, has he? Nagama plays at it. Well, it's come off Nagama. Can't possibly give it to the Dragons.
No, it's surely got to be Scott Prince's feed.
His arm went out the other way. I think he'll correct that.
Oh, did it? That's LaFranchi. Little hesitation in the ball coming out. Just putting a little bit of a punctuation mark in what the Titans were trying to do. Might have cost them a couple of metres. Played by Henderson. And the Titans come away with one of their captains, Bailey, enter of offside line.
Titans putting together some of their best football at the moment in that last drinks break. Trevor Gilmister right out in the centre of things, gave them a good rev up. He's really lapping up the occasion too, Gilly. Look at him, and he's fit on screen as well. I wouldn't be surprised if the Axe puts a hit on Paul McGregor, his rival from the Dragons at some stage today. Shades of 95 origin under the fat man.
This ball, Nagama! He threw self-preservation out the door. That's a gutsy catch.
Well, that was brave by both attacker and defender. Paya on his opposite, Nagama. Neither of them pulled out.
Ben Cray wrestled down by Bailey. Kane a dummy half. Going along the line to Cooper. Cooper, little in and away. Now he puts the ball out to the left for McDougall. McDougall chased by Prince. Gets the ball back on the inside to Cooper. Cooper tackled 10 metres out from the line. Hornby a dummy half. Long pass out to Kane. Kane's pass is a shocker. Bounces for Jason Riles. Riles up inside 20. Puts a little kick in. Campbell turns it around. Campbell, he steps. He's down. He's tackled by Beau Scott. And where's Nagama eventually? Here's Minicello. Unload for Friend. Friend away for Kayla. Kayla stands and unloads. It's going back now to LaFranchi. LaFranchi tries to chop his way through. He's at the 40-metre line now. Play back to Friend. Goes behind Swain. Goes out to Prince. Prince runs across. Tries to go through and he's pulled down. 40 metres out from the Dragons line by Cooper. Friend is with her, picks it up, one-handed, gives the ball on the blind side. Here's Walker! Walker, I thought for a moment, was on his way for number 3.
Oh, what a tackle, Ben Hornby.
Friend, out to Prince, inside the 20. Out it comes to Hilda, shows it, double pumps it, gets the ball away. Campbell dances, left foot, right foot, gets the ball away to LaFranchi, back to Campbell. Campbell is held, he loses the ball. Loses the ball to the Dragons.
Yeah, he tried to pass there, Preston Campbell. Again, they just got a little bit carried away. Need to be patient. Still plenty of time, and they are storming home. Just tried to flick it out there to Luke Swain.
That was a tremendous passage of football, wasn't it? Sensational stuff.
This is Lulia. On the 30-metre line. Up Dragons end of the park. Beau Scott.
Good game.
It is a good game. St George Illawarra, 20-12. They came together in, what was it, 99? As a merged entity. The linking of the Dragons and the Steelers. And that's out on the full from Richie Williams. That's a get-out-of-jail card free for the Titans.
Well, it's a tough kick. Positioning himself on the short side, kicking that way, and trying to thread a needle. Went back deliberately inside the 40. Well, that takes some precision to find open space and possibly the 40-20.
I just get the feeling if you give him 2 more attempts, he'd get it right. He seems to back himself, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
It was a precocious attempt. Probably not called for it this time, but signs that he really backs his ability.
Here's Hilda. 38 metres away from the Dragons line. Well, if they can get another try on the board, we are set for a nail-biter.
This Nathan Friend is a good player. Geez, he's played some good football here today. Very creative.
Here he is going back for a second-man shot at LaFranchi. And Anthony will play the ball inside the 30-metre line. Scott Prince shows it, gives it eventually. Here's Matt Rogers. Rogers tackled 20 metres out from the Dragons line. Great thrill to be calling Matt Rogers at Rugby League again. I must say that to you. I used to think he was absolutely wonderful. I still do, and I'm so happy to see him back. Nathan Friend. Now it's gone across to Scott Prince. He puts a kick in. Oh, he's put it down, Morris. And it's a try for Webster. Jake Webster has scored. The Titans have got what they wanted.
Well, the tale of two kicks. One that went out on the full, giving the Titans an opportunity, and that another beauty from Scott Prince. It is not easy to kick the ball over like that and not have it easily taken in the in-goal area. The chasers are fine. All we're looking at upstairs now is the grounding from Jake Webster after the mistake from Morris. You'll see Webster appear from the right. He's picked it up. Even from that angle, it looks as though he's controlled it inches above the ground. He knows he has.
How brilliant is that? Yeah, give us a wink, baby. How brilliant is that pickup? To be running in thinking if Morris takes this, I've got to tackle him because he's quick. He can go 100 metres. And then all of a sudden the ball bobbles in front of you. And at speed, you've got to pick it up and put it over the line. That is brilliant. Green light. Show it to us again.
Play it again, Sam. 20-16.
Jake Webster, the kick. It's attacked by Morris. He comes up with the fumble. Webster at speed. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Good stuff.
The Kiwi international Jake Webster got 4 tries last season in Melbourne colours in one match. And this one very important for the Gold Coast because on what we've seen over the last 5 to 8 minutes, they are the side that are storming home.
Chris Walker. Can you kick this? Can you get it to 2018? Probably doesn't really matter that much. Into the sun. The scorer of 2 tries. Gave a penalty in front of his own uprights. Kicks it. Hits it. Touchies don't move. It's a goal. It is a goal. It is 2018. The Titans coming back at the Dragons. Andrew.
14 to go, Ray. Big tactical change from John Cartwright. He's decided to take Nathan Friend off, and he's been very much responsible with the comeback. He sent Clint Amos back out there. Now that Jetstar offer, what about it now? It's up to 18,000 tickets going on sale tomorrow morning at $18. That is for Jet Mail members. You want to learn more about it, you log onto that website and register. It is for a strictly limited time only, but 18,000 tickets on sale.
Where are we going, Rabs? Pick the destination.
I'm the worst bloke in the world to ask to go for a plane ride. But anyway, those 18,000 people, you have a lovely, lovely time with Jetstar. Here is Luke Bailey. He ran into Ben Cray. Ben Cray seemingly has given himself an assignment today. Wherever the ball goes, I'm going to chase him.
Well, he's offside on that occasion. The initial contact, I think you'll find, was also Jason Riles as well, and 2 good mates coming together, Bailey and Riles. And now the Titans really with some wind in their sails. Another set of 6 inside the opponent's half.
42,000 people odd. And I guess 80% rooting for the Titans. 40 metres out from the line. They're 2 behind. Hilda Dominicello, he goes bumping around in the traffic zone before Danny Wick picks him up and thumps him into the ground. Bailey confronted by Scott is put down. 30 metres out. Played by Luke Bailey. Gone to Preston Campbell. Back to Anthony LaFranchi. Taken down by Simon Wolford and Danny Wicks. Played back now and away from Wolford to Prince to Webster. Webster's put down. 18 metres out from the Dragons line by Cooper.
Tackle 5.
Walker on fire. Oh, it's a shocking pass. Prince gets the ball away though, off the right foot. It's not a bad looking kick on Nagoma. Wesley, my boy, you've played well today.
Oh, he's had a cracker of a game. I reckon he's saved 3 tries.
He's cramping, but the crowd thinks that he's feigning.
He's had a cracker of a game.
That's not a bad time to have cramp. There are 12 other Dragons out there who appreciated that little break. He's still down.
The Gold Coast have got to aim up here with some big defence. Here they come. Kabang! Looking to shake the ball loose.
Cray on the end of the kabang. Minicello was the tackler. This is Lulia playing the ball back to Wolford. The other hooker, or the other dummy half, I should never use that word hooker, the other dummy half, I think is going to finish the match having played more time than Wolford, who laid on a lovely try for the Dragons, for Williams first. This is Riles, middle ground, 30 out from his own end, played back to Wolford, getting it away for an urgent kick from Hornby, and Luke Swain made the tackle. Campbell makes the catch, Payer makes the run, a swerve, an arc-like run, carries Simon Wolford with him. Wolford having a second dip. Now it's come from Prince back to Campbell. Tries to go through where the big fellas are.
He's the danger man against tiring forwards, Preston Campbell. Really getting involved in the middle of the ruck as Kaler again is driven backwards. That's excellent defence. It'll be Cray.
It is Cray. You're quite right. Here's Amos. Amos up the middle. Back to Campbell. It's forward. It is forward. Luke Bailey was away.
Oh! What brilliant football. And for the sake of 6 inches, Rabbits. Bull Bailey was off. He just couldn't pull up to get behind Preston Campbell. He had a 30-metre run, and I think he had the pace to do it.
I don't think so.
You don't reckon?
I think Morris would have caught him. What do you think?
I think he had plenty of support, even if he was caught.
You know what? I think there were 2 forward passes.
Just have a look at this when Bailey gets away.
Oh.
Yeah. The good part about all of this is it was forward.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Wouldn't it have been great, though, to watch the big fella in a foot race with young Morris? And if he had scored, it would have been like dreamland for the Titans.
10 to go, Rabbits.
Riles is off. Danny Wicks thunders up the middle, loses the ball. Bailey's got the ball now. It's back to Cooper, the man with the twin pigtails. He's put down 5 metres into opposition territory.
There's a winning moment coming up for one of these sides.
Oh, Campbell knocks on. Advantage Dragons. And that was a huge head clash that has seen Ben Cray go to ground, and the trainer wants the game stopped. Play back to Wolford. Wolford away. Williams gives it on.
No, he's not well at all, Ben Cray. There's a fair bit of blood out there. He just tried to get to his feet and collapsed back. As Bo Scott is driven sideways.
Everybody is screaming at the referee to stop the game.
They can't stop it.
Mary McGregor's out there, the other trainer. Lulia, he is with the ball. Now they are going to stop it. Oh! Ben Cray on Luke Bailey. We talked about their personal combat, and the young man has come off this time second best.
I know he's a fair way away from the play, but when it's player welfare, I've got no problem. I don't think either team would have any problem with coming back to make sure that Ben Cray is okay. He does not stay down unless he is very unwell.
Friday night, of course, as I said earlier, the Dragons are on show again on Nine's new look Friday night. It'll be our first match, our live match. And then we go to Penrith after that. Dragons nights up at Oakey. And then we go to Panthers Stadium for Panthers Bulldogs.
Well, we're restarting and Cray will stay on the field.
National 9 News will update you on Andrew Johns during its bulletin from 6 o'clock in New South Wales. An update on Andrew Johns in National 9 News. He was taken out in the early minutes of the game by Sonny Bill, who got sent off. It was a high shot, and Johns' severe concussion was the last report we had. The news will update that for you, though. Wolford goes left, picks up Hornby. Right foot kick, good kick, over towards Cooper. Walker's made a mistake. Dragons have got the ball. 6 more tackles, Dragons. Danny Wicks is with it. He thunders, he rumbles, he gets it close. Play back to Wolford. Decoy goes in. Here's the ball away for Morris, and he's tackled.
Only had to pass.
Offside, same penalty that he gave against the Dragons earlier today.
How didn't he score? How didn't he score?
Clever work again from this man with the football, Simon Wolford. Let the decoy go.
Lead on. And Mark's way up here. Mark's up here. Got a kick from here.
They did have an overlap, but Morris thought he could get there by himself. Desperate online defence from the Titans, which was offside, but it was still desperate.
That was an interesting passage just there, Peter. Simon Wolford himself, a long-time captain down at Canberra, arguing, I thought, or debating with Ben Hornby about what do you do. I think there was a variance of opinion. Wolford a dummy half now, though. Can the Dragons put them away, the Titans? Here's Ben Gray with his head heavily bandaged. Over the line, held up and forced back. Great show of courage by Ben Gray. Simon Wolford. Away it goes out to Hornby. He goes behind a player. Goes out to Richie Williams. And Williams is tackled 9 metres away by Scott Prince. And Luke Swain. It comes away now from Morris. Out it comes to Hornby. Hornby back and around for Peake. And Adam Peake is tackled. 7 metres away. 7.5 minutes to go. Wolford across the park. Puts a little kick in. Campbell's got to clean it up. Campbell, he's tackled in goal.
He doesn't mind a grubber kick, Simon Wolford. He has set up tries over the years with this little play. He's very busy there at the moment. And Nathan Brown has got him onto the field when the game is there to be decided. Got a deflection. Campbell had to play at it. It wasn't going dead. And Wolford comes through to force the line dropout. A mountain of defence here for the Titans. 7 minutes left on the clock. 2 points to score. Nothing in it.
Dragons leading by 2. Morris gives it to Wicks. Runs away from Bailey. Cannons over the top of Swain. Tramples out of another. Excellent effort.
Now the other number 13 in trouble. Swain very slowly to his feet, needs to get back.
Hornby, floating, cut-out ball. Cooper, fending, stepping, and pulled down. 10 metres out from the Titans line. Wolford again. Now with Adam Peake. And Peake is tackled 5 metres from the line. Wolford sweeping it back and they're charging. Forward on the left, I think it's Ashton Sims.
Scott Prince claimed him.
Now from Wolford for Hornby. The Titans are hanging on to defence so grimly. And it comes to Williams. Williams puts a grubber kick in. Taken by Payer. Lost by Payer. The Dragons appeal for a try. It is Wes Nagama. Wes Nagama's appealed for a try.
It'll be a try.
He's lost the football to Leia Payer. And it did seem that I think the right hand of Wes Nagama shot out to ground the football. Richie Williams put the kick through. And they had been pounding. The chasers back behind the kicker. Drills it in low, gets it through the front line. And then Payer doesn't get the football. Nagama reaches out and slams it down.
Oh, he's been good today, Wes Nagama. Really good. Leia Payer not only wanting the ball but trying to get back into the field of play. Just took his eyes off it. And Nagama keeps his wits about him. Well, he's knocked it on.
Hang on a moment.
He's knocked it on.
Hang on a moment.
He's knocked it on. We're not going to get correct weight here.
Here comes the hand.
Look for daylight.
No, he's lost it.
He has lost it.
Somebody wanted to put correct weight up. I'm sorry.
Well, from a distance, you could see how it would look like he'd got his hand down on it, but that's why the video referee has been so important. As he's touched it, it has definitely left his hand before the ground.
There's Richie Williams on camera. It was his adroitness with the kick that made it all possible. I know he's done a couple of little things that were a bit show-offy, but at the same time he's had an auspicious debut.
Well, there's no doubting his ability.
No try as we look over. Where's Nagama?
It's a goal line dropout. The first defence was by Lalea Paya. He knocked it on in his own in goal. So the Dragons will get the ball back again. Paya knocks it on. Nagama, a little bobble, nothing. But they get the ball back. More defence for the Titans. They've got to repel them again. 5.5 left on the clock. 2 points of difference. We've been here before, Rabbits.
Love it. Just love it, particularly at this forum. At this Suncorp Stadium, it is enthralling, absorbing. 42,000 people trying to get the team with blue, 80% of them trying to get the blue team back to the lead. But the Dragons hang on. They hang on and they push on. Bo Scott tackled 10 metres away. Played back to Wolford. Wolford across Cray. Adam Peake throwing dummies. No, don't tell me. He will play the ball. Danny Wicks and Ben Cray. They line up on the right. Only as decoys. Then Hornby. Now it's away for Lulia. And Lulia is tackled.
Great tackle by Matt Rogers. Again.
How good has this defence been from the Titans in their maiden voyage? Now Hornby puts a kick up and across towards Cooper. It came off a Dragon's hand. It's come down to little Campbell.
Yeah, look, you've got to stand and applaud that Gold Coast defence. Tremendous play by the Dragons, but the Gold Coast, these players, they've given their fans a team to cheer for. They've won them over. They're not in front on the scoreboard at the moment, not yet anyway. But this stirring second half comeback and that unbelievable goal line defence has won the fans.
Now the last throw of the dice. Here is Rogers. Rogers down the left flank. Kicks in field. Paya is after the ball. Paya, he loses the ball. The Dragons have got it back inside their 10 with Ben Cray.
And Ben Hornby to the rescue. He's travelled a long way to save his side on that occasion. Matt Rogers, a kick was a beauty.
This is Nagama, that was Rogers. And Paya was praying to get one that would stick. It did for Jake Webster earlier, but not for Paya in that important play. Peake, Wolford, McDougall runs at Webster. Webster's there, makes the tackle. Penalty Dragons. High shot.
He was playing advantage. It was a long advantage.
Well, all the players stopped waiting for the penalty. Simon Wolford stood still after this clumsy effort, and that's all it was.
2 minutes 40 left on the clock. Hornby will find touch. They've got a set of 6. The Gold Coast, they've got to defend 2 and get the ball back. The Dragons, they've got a set of 6 to control the ball and get it into the opposition in goal to deny them the chance. The game is still well alive.
What a magnificent opening weekend it has been. Melbourne by a couple of points over the Magpies. The Cowboys inflicting a defeat on the Premiers here on Friday. And we're watching the launch of the new club today up against the mighty Dragons. They look like going down, but they've certainly lost no admirers. 20 points to 18, the Dragons. 30 away from the line. Here's Adam Peake, taken by Bailey. And the 11 is LaFranchi. 20 out now. Wolford, back for Hornby, back for Williams. A 2-time try scorer today. 12-12, the interchanges are gone. There will be no more of that. Riles, hand down for Wolford. Wolford across the back of the ruck. Stands, can't get rid of it. Bailey and LaFranchi, they make the tackle. Wolford slow to rise. 5 gone for the Dragons. Little bit of gamemanship by Wolford. Back it goes for Hornby. Puts a little kick in. Batted down for Campbell. Campbell away from the forward. Campbell taken by Peake and by Riles.
seconds to go. 75 seconds to go the length of the field.
This is Amos, the dummy half. We'll play it back to the other dummy half. Nathan Friend, away to Caleb. Caleb back to Nathan Friend. Then to Anthony LaFranchi. He had a little juggle. He's caught and tackled on his own 40-metre line. Friend again, under Hilda, up towards halfway. And eventually picked up and put on the ground. Nathan Friend then to Preston Campbell, to Scotty Prince. Oh! Cooper lined him up on his blind side and barreled him.
Great game of football. A great game of football. The Gold Coast still not giving up, trying to stop the clock, even though they will surrender possession. Only 23 seconds left on the clock. There's your man of the match, the wounded but valiant Ben Craig. Walker leaves the field. 2 tries, an excellent goal kicking, some great defence as well. It's been a tremendous game, Rabbits.
Final scrum of the day. Well done to the people that put this together. 8 years they've waited. They've put on a magnificent show. And the players have not let them down from either side. Cooper slowly to play the ball. The last 10 seconds of the game. The Dragons are going to make it. The Dragons are going to do it. They're going to spoil